If you're from Wichita or even Kansas, you have likely seen the iconic Keeper of the Plains statue that resides in the heart of downtown Wichita. But did you know that there are over 60+ replicas that reside all over the city? Join me today for Keepers on Parade, where we'll explore some of those statues and meet some of the artists that brought them to life.
The original idea was to have the keeper painted to look physically like a doctor or medical person in scrubs, and kind of hashed out that idea, and we just didn't dislike it, but it just wasn't doing it for either of us. So I just kind of had the idea of flesh out an idea of just multiple images of multiple faces, and just kind of started submitting sketches. The idea was to just focus heavily on medical personnel. This one was kind of different. My individual style is very character driven anyway, so this was that, and kind of that intrigued me and excited me about this particular keeper, because I just find myself drawing faces in general anyway, and made it more abstract with, you know, just basically colors and shapes and bold outlines, which is also something I kind of gravitate towards in my own work. So this one was the only one I've done at this house. So luckily I was able to stand it upright. Every other keeper I've done, I've had to do laying flat, which presents its own set of problems. And this was done primarily in the winter months as well, so I had to invest in more heaters. But it was a pretty smooth process. It's such a labor-intensive, time-consuming process. Just lots and lots of layers of paint, and this being such a kind of intricate design and a lot of line work. It's always fun to be able to, especially with my kids, drive by and see the keeper, and especially the ones where you can just drive by. Something I tried to keep in mind where people would be able to kind of identify and make out some of the details as they're driving by and not have to get up real close and spend, 10 minutes with it. But my kids, they get a kick out of seeing my stuff in general out in the public eye, and that's always fun to just, and especially since they're involved in the painting process, and they'll remember, we'll rehash stories about, oh, I remember the day this happened or whatever, or it almost fell over or whatever. So we always like to share stories and just kind of laugh about how long it took or whatever. From the first one that I did years ago, this is, I've had 3 under my belt at this point, so I know what to prepare for and how to go about the actual painting process. So I was definitely the most prepared and knew what to expect. So that was kind of nice, not just totally having no idea what I'm doing.
Up next, we'll hear how this energy-focused design has lit up the front walkway of our next featured location for Keepers on Parade.